This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24 and verse 14. And it says, "And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come." All right. Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai, Barakatah Yahweh, Barakatah Yahweh Shai. First and foremost, I want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rechakodash. I want to give double honors to my apostles and elders at Great Millstone, which Ruwa. And I want to give peace, greetings, and salutations to all the elect Akim that's pushing his word in truth and sincerity, throughout the four corners of the earth. On the brothers that's not wavering in the faith, being diligent in his truth. I say shalom to you brothers, and I say shalom, to the few sisters that believe in all meekness and humbleness. I say shalom. I'm your brother Zakaria from GMS Miami Camp. And Lord willing, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kakadash, Adawan Ratazah, that means Lord willing, so Lord willing, this lesson is edifying to the elect of the nation of Israel, and my lesson today, through the spirit and power of Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Kakadash, is on how this gospel, which meaning this good news, all right, this good news for the nation of Israel, is being preached, throughout the four corners of the earth, So we at the end, all right, we at the end of Esau eating the so-called white man's rulership, all right, that's a good thing. The scriptures say better is the end of the thing than the beginning thereof, man. All right, the Lord said he gonna no more, carry us away into captivity, man. All right, but he gonna judge these Edomites, man, these so-called white people that's ruling right now. All right, and this gospel has been preached, starting with our apostles and elders of Great Millstone, all right, when they first came on YouTube. All right, which they learned from their elders, starting with Elder Abba Bivens, all right, then you have the great man, High Priest Yaiquab, King Mashal, all those great men, High Priest Sariyah, and this truth has been, flourishing, through the spirit and power of Yahweh Shema Shah, so we know we at the end. All right, I'll read it again. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 24, I'm gonna start at verse 13. And it says, "But he that shall endure unto the end, the same shall be saved." And who's going to endure? The elect. Because who's going to be saved? The elect of the nation of Israel. In the nation of Israel are you so-called Negroes, Latinos, and Native Americans. All right, also the Israelite foreigners that scattered amongst the nations, that lineage go back to the 12 tribes according to their fathers, all right? All right, they may look like the other nation. They may speak the language of the other nations. All right, but their lineage go back to the 12 tribes according to their father. They are Israelites. All right, and the Lord's going to gather the elect of the nation of Israel. All right, it says, verse 14, "And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations, and then shall the end come." So look at this word gospel. All right.
Strong's G 2098, Euangelion. Euangelion.
Euangelion. It means a reward of good tidings. Good tidings. It says the glad tidings of the kingdom of the Most High, soon to be set up, and subsequently also of Yahweh Shai, the Messiah, the founder of this kingdom. After the death of Hamashiach, the term comprises also the preaching of concerning Yahweh Shai Mashiach as having suffered death on the cross to procure eternal salvation for the men in the kingdom of the Most High. All right, because who's the 144,000 are the men. All right, you're gonna have King David, all right, the 12 and 144,000. All right, then you got the great multitude, but the 144,000 are the men. It says, "But as restored to life and exalted to the right hand of the Most High, Yahweh in heaven, thence to return in majesty to consummate, if I'm saying it right, to consummate, all right, the kingdom of the Most High, the glad tidings of salvation through Hamashiach." Yeah, so who is downtrodden right now? What people are brokenhearted? What people are at the bottom? All right, what people have the curses cleaving on to them? The Israelites, man. All right, the Black, Latinos, and Native Americans, and the Israelites that scattered amongst the nations catching hell. All right, we need the good news. We need salvation, man. Not you Edomites, not you other nations. It says the proclamation of the grace of Yahweh manifested and pleaded and pledge in Hamashiach, the gospel, as a messianic rank of Yahushua was proved by his words, his deeds, his death. The narrative of the sayings, deeds, and death of Yahushua Mashiach came to be called the gospel of glad tidings. All right, so this good news, a good message. All right, a good message is we're gonna rule our Lord Yahushua. He's gonna set up an everlasting kingdom, and we're not gonna go into captivity anymore. The Lord gonna put his law, statutes, commandments on inward part. All right, the heathen shall not pass through these. Let me get that right quick. All right, going in on the gospel a little bit. All right, we never gonna sin again. Nahum 1:15. Behold upon the mountains the feet of him that bringeth good tidings, meaning the good news, a good message that publish peace. Because hey, the earth is gonna be at rest again. The earth is gonna be rejoicing. All right, it's gonna be peace on earth again. Nation shall not learn war anymore. All right, that publish peace, O Judah, keep thy solemn feasts, perform thy vows, for the wicked shall no more pass through thee. He is utterly cut off. So Esau, Edom, so-called white man is not going to pass through us no more. None of these nations. All right, we're going to take them captives. Who captives we were. All right, all these nations going in captivity under us. All right, they're going into slavery. Thus said the Bible. All right, so this good news is being preached throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 19 and verse 1. It says, the heavens declare the glory of Yahweh, and the firmament showeth his handiwork. All right, day unto day uttereth speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge. All right, talking about the internet, because you got those satellites out there. Day unto day uttereth speech, and night unto night showeth knowledge, because you can get this truth any time of the day, on your laptop, on your phone, or anywhere, man. Your tablet. All right, this truth is accessible. All right, it says there is no speech nor language. Let me turn this air down, man. Let me turn this shit off. It says, so like it says, there is no speech nor language where their voice is not heard. All right, because what, you got subtitles you can change. All right, you got different subtitles that you can see. All right, if a brother's speaking French, all right, you got English subtitles. All right, it says there's no speech language where their voice is not heard, man, because you can get this truth. All right, verse 4, it says their line is gone out through all the earth, meaning this truth has went out through all the earth, and their words to the end of the world, and them have he set a tabernacle for the sun. All right, through those satellites, all right, the internet, all right, the World Wide Web, as they call, this truth has went out through the ends of the world. That's why you got brothers in Australia. All right, that's why you brothers in Italy. All right, brothers in Africa. All right, brothers in South America, Central America, Jamaica, the islands, Jamaica, Barbados. All right, you got brothers in Canada, Hawaii, the West Coast, all through America, which is Babylon the Great. All right, Tanzania. All right, you got brothers all over, man. All right, so many, Holland, so many different camps, man, So this gospel has been preached throughout the earth, so now the end is here, man. What was it, Romans 10, I believe? Romans chapter 10 and verse... Romans 10 and verse... Yeah, that's another topic, but I just start at verse 13. They're going into the Jews and Gentiles, all right, the Greeks and Jews. Those are all Israelites, all right, that lost their nationality, all right. We was lied to, all right. We discontinued from our heritage, all right. Esau, Edom, when he put us in captivity, all right, they told us we were blacks, all right. They started renaming the names, started with the Greeks, renaming the nations, all right. All right, so we lost our nationality. But now the Lord is bringing us back. All right, waking us up to tell us that we're Israelites. We're no longer proverbs and bywords. We're the true sons of sons of Israel, man. Yasharallah, he is the Prince of Power, man. It says, Romans 10 and 13, for whosoever shall call upon the name of the Lord shall be saved, talking to Israel. Verse 14, how then shall they call on him in whom they have not believed? And how shall they believe in him of whom they have not heard? And how they hear without a preacher? And the Lord sends out preachers. Let's get that. This is the book of Jeremiah 3:15. It says, and I will give you pastors according to my heart, which shall feed you with knowledge and understanding. So the Lord's going to give pastors, teachers, prophets to feed our people with wisdom, knowledge, and understanding. This is book Isaiah chapter 30, Isaiah chapter 30 and verse 20. It says, and though the Lord give you the bread of adversity and the water of affliction, yet shall not thy teachers be removed into a corner anymore, but thine eyes shall see thy teachers, and thy ears shall hear a word behind thee, saying, this is the way, walk ye in it, when ye turn to the right hand and when ye turn to the left hand and turn to the left. So this Lord got prophets and teachers, to guide us in the right way that we're supposed to walk. All right. Through his spirit, through the spirit of Yahweh Shemashah, the Lord set up teachers to teach us. How shall they hear without a teacher, without a preacher? Romans 10 and verse 15. And how shall they preach except they be sent? As it is written, how beautiful are the feet of them that preach the gospel of peace, the good news, the good tidings. All right. That bringeth glad tidings of good things. All right. So this is the good news for us, man. Our salvation is nearer than when we believe. All right. The Lord said he's going to keep us in the hour of temptation. He's going to keep us through all evil. Verse 16, but they have not all obeyed the gospel of, for they have not all obeyed the gospel. For Isaiah saith, Lord, who have believed our report? Verse 17, so faith cometh by hearing, and hearing by the word of Yahweh. Verse 18, but I say, have they not heard? Yes, verily, their sound went into all the earth, and their words unto the end of the world, man. So this word went out throughout the four corners of the earth. All right, so this word went out. So there's no excuse. All right, we at the end. The good news is out, and those who hear it, all right, the elect is going to hear it and they're going to be sealed. All right. And they're going to be delivered, Lord, when we are part of the elect, the true believers, this word went out. Our people hear it, but some people rejected it. All right. Just because you're Israelite, that doesn't mean you're going to be saved, because you got to have the right doctrine. Ultimately, you got to be preordained. You got to be predestinated to receive this salvation. All right, many are called, but few are chosen, So, Lord, willing, this lesson was edifying to the elect of the nation Israel. I want to give all praises, all honor, and all glory unto Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahweh Shai, Bahashem, Rechakodash. I want to give double honors to my apostles and elders at Great Millstone, which rule well. And I want to give a peace, greetings, and salutations to all the elect Akim that's pushing his word in truth and sincerity. Hey, Shalom, Akim. Keep pushing, keep it doing. Shalom.